Hey, so back to the observation and feedback tool that I use by Google Forms and Data Director. This was such a great hack for me because I was able to collect data all the time and share it and disseminate it. And it was super helpful to be able to send, like literally curate this and support all of our work. Like it was our evidence as a community around what was the practice in the school. And so what I really appreciated was being able to send this out directly to teachers, as soon as I walked out the door, highlighting, content if it was or was not. And what was good is also then taking photos of what was happening in the space because you want people to say, well, I do or don't remember what happened in that classroom at that time. Well, here's an opportunity to look, right at, you know, a piece that you're working on. I can see that this is grade 5 ELA. This is from, I think this was ANET. Teachers were working on a particular skill, and so I could highlight like this is what we were working on. This is what I heard, and then is it connected to the standard and the learning target that you're talking about? And it really made it much easier for staff. And so I also did voice recordings. I'm not going to share this. But I would also ask students questions, and it would be an opportunity for students to also give me feedback. Because as I told you, I want to hear students engage in the practice and engage in a lesson. And if the students can actually tell me that they were working on, you know, when reading, it was I can determine words I know and don't know, and I can summarize the article as you saw in that student work sample, then I'm like, okay, cool. The work is connected to the standard. And that was great. And you could see that the teacher in the class spent a lot of time focused on that as well. And that was helpful. So as I continue with the transforming teacher practice, and I said the data director is a game changer. It is. I will put it into the lead. I will put in the mark memo. I will celebrate the practice. And here's what people were saying about the MARC memo. I like how teachers are recognized on how they're implementing the look for. The student work samples and anchor charts are great to include because it gives everyone a chance to see what is going on in classrooms that they otherwise may not get a chance to visit. Keeps me focused on what the look fors are in content areas I enjoy, student and teacher work and best practices. And so we have new game changers. I put down like peer observations. Teachers are visiting each other. They utilizing the tool that I started, and they went into classrooms and they don't share it with me. They share it with each other. I got teachers who are recording themselves and actually started the national board process, which I'm excited about. We saw, student achievement in ELA and mathematics. We saw our English language learners and our Hispanic scholars outperform the state in ELA and math. And overall, our instructional core grew. And so I could go on and on, but what I wanted people to be aware of in all of this is that my teachers said, hey, this is working. They know exactly what's happening. They feel supported. They feel supported by the staff themselves. And so you could see in 2015, here's where we were. It was subpar. And we've grown exponentially. And that was in the fall of 2017. And we kept going. And we had the highest percentages in the city. We really were incredibly strong in this work, and people bought in because we were helping to collectively raise the practice across the school. And I think we could do this for our community as well. And because of this work, students also benefited. Kids were in class. We saw a reduction in suspensions, a whole host of things. So I'll close with this. I love this quote. It doesn't matter how much authority or power a feedback giver has, the receivers are in control of what they do and don't let in, how they make sense of what they're hearing, and whether they choose to change. And that's from Thanks for the Feedback. Such a great book. And I think this has helped to change the game.